Okay, it's Mr. Schlatt back with another video, continuing to go over the homework. Last one cut off. So what you have to do, okay, just to rehash, you're going to, from this point, you're going to split all of those boxes right down the middle until it hits over here at the vertical line. When it hits that vertical line, that point you need to project over to the left. Okay, so if I bring that point all the way across, we're going to project that all the way across. All right, now we have our 3 boxes. We got to fit our drawing within there. All right, because the width of this box is the depth of this box. All right, so we got to start fitting our drawing in, looking at the homework. All right, when we look at our front view, we're going to draw that first. When we look at our front view, you see this long rectangle here. You see this L. You also see this box. This box is on an angle, but you do see it when you're looking at it in this direction. So first we're going to draw this rectangle, and then this dog leg over here, this L, upside down L. All right. So as we go to sketch that in, this here is 2 boxes over. So on my drawing, on my front view, I'm going to count over 1, 2, and sketch that line all the way down. Okay. Not only am I going to sketch it there, but that information is going to help me later. So I'm going to bring that up to my top view. Okay, so we're going to extend that line all the way through our top view. All right, taking a look. All right. Now, this is a line that, this box here is one that's going to be in our final drawing, so I can go ahead and start darkening that in, okay? Let me see if I can grab a Sharpie rather than doing this, speed things up. All right, so we'll go ahead and darken this in. On your drawing, you're just darkening in your really light lines. All my red lines are really light lines on yours, all right? So there we are so far. Now we got to talk about that L, upside down L here. So when we look at this, all right, coming across, this comes over 2 from this side, and it also comes down 2 from the top. So let's count all that out. All right, grab my red pen here. This comes from here. I got to count down 2, 1, 2, and then on this side, I'm going to count over 1, 2, make my mark, okay? Then we can go ahead and sketch that in. So we project that across, we project that down, okay? Again, remember we want to share that information. So our vertical line here, we're going to project that going up. Our horizontal line, we're going to project that going over because we know it's going to help us eventually. All right, looking good. We can actually see our front view forming now. All right, so we can go ahead and start darkening some things in now that we're seeing it. Okay. There's our number 7 or our L right here. And then lastly, we have the box. We got to darken in that bottom line. So our front view is done, okay? We got the front view done. Now, let's move on. Let's say we move on to our right side view, okay? So our right side view, if we're looking at it in this direction, we end up seeing this rectangle. We see this smaller rectangle. And we also see that box again. That's a shared side, so we see that twice. Okay? So we have a small box, larger box, double rectangle. This double rectangle comes over 2, so we can go ahead and draw that in. And then this up here comes down 2. So let's make some marks. Well, we don't even have to come down 2 here because we've already projected that over. That's the line we're going to need. But on this side, we have to come over 1, 2, okay? And we'll go ahead and sketch that in. We can darken it in because we know this long rectangle is something that we need. Okay. Here's the smaller rectangle. We already have it because we projected everything. That line over here helped us. We knew exactly where it was. And then lastly, we need that box. Okay, and that box is going to already be here for us. We've already projected everything. Okay, so we'll go ahead and darken that in. So our front and our side view are done. Let's talk about our top. We did draw a new line here that we should project. It'll help us. So we're going to bring this up till we hit the line. And then when it hits, it's got to go over to the left. So we're going to project that in this direction. Okay? So we have a whole lot of projection lines up here at our top view. Maybe we're already finished. Okay? We just have to darken some things in, figure out where some lines are. So on our top view, when we look at our top view, the first thing that stands out is we have this big L / number 7. Okay? And the way it works is it comes over 2 and over 2, and then the dog leg happens. Okay? So when we're sketching this in, all right, we know that we need this line. Okay, this is a line that we definitely need. And what we just talked about is it's got to come down 2 and over 2. So we'll come over 2, down 2. So now we can see that L, like so. All right. And last, we have to draw the triangle. This is one you got to watch, though, okay? Because this triangle doesn't go from here all the way over to this corner. It comes over, but it comes in too, all right? So when we're doing this, yes, this is the point we start at, but we don't go all the way over to here. We go to here because it's over 2. So we're going to go ahead and drag that one up like that. And that is our solution there for that first shape. All right, let's move on to the second shape. Before we can do this one, all right, we got to count out, figure out how big the box is. All right, if you don't know how big the shape is, you're automatically going to draw it wrong. So we want to make sure we figure out how big this thing is. All right, we'll first start with the overall width. So from side to side, it's impossible to count along this line. If you try and count along this line, you're going to get a drastic number because it's crossing so many lines. What we're going to look at is where we have a straight line. So if we start in the back here, from this back corner to here, okay, it's the same as this back corner to this front edge, okay? The overall width of this shape ends up being 4 plus 4, okay? So that's going to be 8. Height-wise, we'll do the same thing. We're going to count here. This comes up 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then we have an additional 1 block. So the height of this shape is 5. And then the depth, okay, we're going to count on flat surfaces. So if we start up here in the corner, we come back 1, 2, okay? 1, 2. And then we count here, okay? From the corner of the triangle to the back corner, that's 2 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? 6 would be the depth, all right? 6 would be the depth. Those are the numbers that we need. We're going to switch over here to a clean piece of graph paper. All right. Let's take a look. Try and get set up here. All right. So when we're setting things up, we determined that the width was going to be 8. So I will start down here in the corner, and I have to count over 8 blocks. All right. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Height of the shape was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We leave 4 blocks between our drawings, so we're going to count over 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, same thing going, whoop, bump the camera. Okay, we're going to go up, same thing here. We're going to count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Bring that across. Bring that up. Project these lines across because they're going to help us. All right, so looking good. Now, we have our front view. We need to determine how wide is our right side view. Okay, we determined that the depth on this thing is 6. So we're going to count over 6 from this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From there, you'll project up. Nice and high. All right. And then from this corner to this corner, we're going to project over. Remember, we're splitting each of those boxes in half. When that hits over here, we project over to the left. All right. So we're going to bring that straight across. Like so. All right. So there we go. Next up, we are going to draw. Let's start with the front view. Okay, what do you see when you're looking at the front view? What surface is it? Well, if you're looking at it in this direction, you see this edge, this L, and this front surface. Okay, that's what you see if you're looking at it in that direction. We'll start here. Okay, this comes up 2 and it runs the whole length of the shape. So we'll do that on our drawing. Okay, I come up 2 blocks to here and I'm going to project that going all the way across. Okay, I then will continue that over to my other drawing. Okay, because I'm going to probably need that line and it will help me later. Okay, since that's a surface I actually need, I could even darken that in. So we'll darken that in right from the get-go. There we go. Okay, next up, we said we have this surface over here. This surface comes up 3 blocks and it's 2 blocks deep. So if I'm looking at my front view here, okay, it comes up 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. We already have that. And it comes over 2. So I'm going to come over 2, drop that line down. There's my 3 by 2 box. We can darken that in. Okay, again, I'm going to project this going up because I'll probably need it to help me when I do this top view. It's going to come in handy. All right, everything you do gets projected, every single line. All right, next up, we have to draw this L, okay? This L here. Well, it comes over 2 from where that ends. It comes over 2, down 1, and then over 4. Well, let's look at what we have here, okay? If I come over 1, down 1, and over 4, there's my shape. We can darken it in. Over 1, down 1, over 4, okay? This says it was 2 blocks high, and that's kind of where we're at here, okay? This was 2 blocks high, so there's our front view. Front view is done, all right? We need to project those lines that we just used. So here we have a line. I'm going to project that coming across. I'm also going to project this line going up. Every line you draw, you got to project. All right. So hopefully, with all these lines here, it's going to help us when we move forward. All right. Now we'll draw the right side. Okay, when we look at the right side, we have this box over here. It's 4 by 2. It starts in that lower right-hand corner. So from there, I'm going to come over 2, and I'm going to go up 4. All right, so I'll grab my pen here. I'm going to come over 2, okay? and I'll start projecting up to 4. Well, look, there's the line already, okay? So from here, I come up 4. We can darken it in, and then I'll hold it up to the camera so you can see it a little easier. Okay, there we are. 4 by 2, starting in the lower right-hand corner of our right side. That's this box. Okay, so from there, coming up, we have a 1 by 2 box. Okay, 2 on the width, 1 high. Well, look what we have. Did we just draw this up here? Okay, so draw that in there. We can darken things in. Okay, like so. We're going to project that line going up because we probably need it. So we'll go up, it'll hit the line, and we bring that across. Okay, bring that across. Continuing on, all right, here we have this line here that we projected over, okay, that represents this bottom edge right here. Okay, so now we're going to draw the length of this, which ends up being right here. Okay, right there. That's the side of it. So we'll go ahead and darken that in. Okay. The only thing we're missing when we look at this thing from the right side here is our triangle. Okay, that triangle is 3 tall by 2 wide. And then we got to connect those 2 lines. So here's the start of the triangle. I'm going to come over 2 and make a mark. 1, 2. And that's the line I sketch. Right there. That's our triangle. All right, so we'll go ahead and darken that in. All right. And there's our right view of this particular shape. Okay. Right where that triangle ends, you'll notice it comes over 2 more boxes. Right where this triangle ends, it comes over 2 more boxes. So there we go. Now, of all the information that we projected up, we got to do the top view. When we're looking at this thing from the sky, the first thing we notice is we have these 2 rectangles. They're even in length, okay? 4 by 2, 4 by 2 at the far end, all right? We can actually already see the lines that we've projected. So when we come up here, okay, 4 by 2. All right, so let's look at that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on here I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this line should be over 1. My bad. All right, so when we did this, where I messed up, all right, so on here where this came over, I only went over 1. It should have went over 2. Okay, so that's a slight mistake. We'll just modify our drawing a little bit. Okay, so that line goes away. All right, that means when we projected it up, that should have been a line. No biggie. All right, so this line, that doesn't exist. Again, this stuff's all light, so you haven't darkened anything yet. All right, so at the top here, we're going to go ahead and darken in our 4 by 2 boxes. So there's a 4 by 2 box. All right, and then over here is a 4 by 2 box. All right, so there we go. Looking at that thing from the sky, we now have this surface and this surface drawn up here at the top. Okay, next, let's do that angled line. Okay, so from this front corner, it goes all the way down to the far point. So from here, get this on camera, from here, I need to draw that all the way over to that point. So we'll go ahead and sketch that in, like so. Okay, there's our triangle. And then the last piece that we're missing is when we're looking at this thing from the sky from top down, you end up seeing this box here. We have to sketch that in, all right? That box is 2 boxes in. So from the top here, we're going to come down 1, 2, 1, 2, and then that gives us the aerial view, all right? So there's our drawing. Minor mistake right here. That should have been over 1 line and miscounted boxes, all right? But hopefully you got the solutions on these 2. Now what you're going to do for homework, and let me explain. Let me grab the homework. All right, so for our homework tonight, you're going to get started in class and you'll continue into, and it'll be due tonight, all right? How this works is you have to complete the missing view. So on the sheet, 2 of the 3 views are already done for you. You have to finish the view that's not, okay? So when we're looking at item number 1, I will do that one for you so you understand the process, okay? We look at this. They have already given us the top view and they've given us the right side view. They have not done the front view, so we have to draw that. We're going to take every line that they have here and project them into this box where our front view will end up being, and we are ultimately trying to draw the dark surface. So on each of these you will see a black area. That is the area you are trying to draw. All right, so what I'll do is from the top here, I will project this line straight down. I will project this line here straight down. From my right side, I will project each of these lines over. And the way that this shape is showing, all right, we have all of our lines. We're going to look at this. It comes over to this point, then it comes down on an angle, which I don't know, but it gets me to this point. So I now know that this point and this point need to be connected. So I'm going to draw from corner to corner, like so, all right? And then we can go ahead and darken it in. So we're going to come over, darken, draw on an angle, come down. That's the answer for number 1. For each of these, you have to figure out and draw the top, like on this one, okay? You're going to have to draw the top view. I'm not going to do the answer for you, but I'll help you set it up, all right? Since I need to draw the top view, I have to have a 45-degree line here so I can project some lines. To do that, what you'll do is you'll extend this top line over, you'll extend this end line up, okay? Then you will extend this. They show you where the box ends. You're going to extend this point over. So from there, parallel line, I'm going straight across, okay? Where this line comes up and meets and they cross, that's where I'm going to draw my 45-degree line. So I'm going to go ahead and draw, okay, from corner to corner. There is my 45-degree line. So when I go to do this, I will project this line up, and then I will project it over. I will project these lines coming up, so on and so forth. I'm not going to give you all of the answers, but as you do this, any of them that you have to draw, a top view or a side view, you're going to need the 45 up here in order to project all of those lines. There's a total of 12 shapes on this page, okay, front and back, 12 shapes. And we will go over all of the answers tomorrow, but I need you to submit this here to me by midnight tonight. Please double check your homework that I just went over, all right? And then you can re-upload, you can delete and re-upload so you have the proper answers posted on the assignment, all right? I'm more concerned about you understanding the process and redrawing everything than I am you having the right answers, which I now have just given you all of the right answers. So do your best, fill in the missing views tonight, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Good luck.